Ebusia for ha eye Kinto TV and some baby episode to asumbiane non so versus kawo to Kinto TV na wa share to other platform ma comment or comment section na say and more info so be notification bell so man same be broke into TV no why first person no wan yansam no be no hu ne akoso e wo oma kanemo ade chimbia ne nsam fofo e beto yapon daily graphic front page echwe ni na ne sem yɛnyina papa Mahama ene sisi an watena se ene wahu so hu sene asɔre ɛkɔ so wo maga ne mu dia ɛse o maga ne mu no aso no omo register na che so start so ojo omo tax ɛyɛ tax so atwitwam sisi ado so de kɔ asɔwofo so ɔkɔ tax no asɔwofo na ene se yɛnyina papa Mahama hwa sene nyoma esi kɔ no asɔre ne sika be mo pam nti no nyoma bi wo mo eso de tutu na kwemu na oma nyoma etito ye ni adem na obi nsem bi eche so wo kan obi sane se aso ye na ya papa Mahama ene MP NDC aban no senior modi ba o man mi eye 2024 campaign course aso for campaign o mo ye ni ade no da aso for no mo be ye den afa ho ana mo de ye nje o mo scam ana mo de o ma so no ye nye web na sisi anu so aso se onya register so pe just we mbie bank account ene ekwan bi o mbefa so mbeto tax ne de o mbefa so na che so mato tax no na nsam ne de bibiri na ebeto yapon so obi se sene ye nyina papa Mahama obu man sene oye ne nwome ono krampo betimi abaye president say ene president die no etia ono krampo betimi abaye president obaye president so am obeye ne papa asensen ya ye na papa Mahama kan bisuafo Ghana fo bi modern sam bebre atudwa yenjebre na yenje nsam ne chemu ye ankasa yewiam na ewo bia no so yebesan so aba bedu ho nkomo nsam ne de aye bebre ewo oma Ghana mu
something that will convince any low-thinking person that you can also be a president. So there is actually nothing fancy about Mahama presidency that I will daydream or dream to be. There are a lot of productive presidents for me to set example as out of. And if I want a president that will be like, Mahama will not make it to that list. Okay? Maybe you selfish bunch of people and population that will never want others to succeed, so that you keep being at the top and subject others to what? Total agony, like Mahama is doing. You are the people that fantasize about him. If it is left onto anybody to assume presidency and achieve inflation of distress, and then use resources, gold reserve, to pump and buy fake dollar exchange rate, whereby the population cannot even live that in reality, I would be a better off being a president than this your so-called Mahama. If being a president is all about assuming power and denying people their hard-earned salaries, and then touring countries and buying positions and recognition, trying to be relevant. In fact, I can be a better off president than President John Dramani Mahama. So, in fact, there is nothing fancy about him to admire, except you all are that selfish set of population who are always looking for who to take advantage of so that you can make it in life. What President Mahama is doing with his family is nothing but subjecting a whole population to total agony and suffering, whilst he built his family and amass wealth to retire. And if that is the kind of president you all are looking for, I would be a better off president than him. And I don't fancy Mahama. I don't. Because you know what? In life, I don't believe that I have to subject people to agony so that I will get my portion. No, I don't do that. So if I was a president, I bet you I will go beneath and above to make sure nobody hits on the street to cry for salaries they work so hard for. If I ever become a president of this nation, I would make sure that systems work and triumph to protect people and save them from this kind of suffering and agony that you are going through. But political egos are not allowing you to call the man out and tell him what he's short of. I don't fancy him. And I've never even dreamed to meet president. I don't admire his kind of leadership. I don't dream to be like him. In fact, for me to dream that Mahama will be my family member, I would rather dream of another president. I have President Kufuor, I have President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. There are a lot of people. I want people. I'm not just desperate to look for a title man to belong to my family. If it is all about being irresponsible to make a name, I will be a better off leader than President Mahama. All he does is subject majority of the population to suffering and agony whilst he seeks relevance in other countries and build wealth with his family and all that. And that is not what I'm looking for. I've never had to go through that. Nana Addo as a president gave me a lot of things to admire, to look out for in leadership. President Kufuor as a president, even when I was young, gave me a lot of things to look and admire. And Mahama is not even in that list. I've never dreamed of him because me, except if I become a daughter of Mahama, my heart will automatically change to be as wicked as his own. But if it is this heart that I carry, that I will be Mahama's daughter, I will be a depressed president daughter. Because I can't handle seeing that people toil so hard to work for their daily earned money. And this man will be that selfish and heartless to deny them and pay few people to still come on this app and sit trying to defend that kind of wickedness. I will be frustrated in that his mansion. So I don't. It's like some of you, you are so low and limited in life that you have never encountered what? A depressed rich person. But some of us, we have seen it all. And I don't. So if you are so desperate in life that even Mahama will kill people, people are going to die because he will not pay them and give you your bit to chop. You will like Mahama as your family. That is your own damn business. I don't admire him. For me to wish that Mahama will be my father, I have a lot of, in fact, influential leaders in this world that I would rather wish for. Not Mahama. He will not make it to the list. So please, you people should carry your low self-esteem somewhere. Besides, am I at the age of President Mahama? And if at this my young age, I can figure out when somebody is unproductive, when a grown-up is very, very, very irresponsible in his leadership, in his ways, that tells you what I can be if I become someone like him. But then again, we live in a country that you fantasize about everything. And that is why some of you admire people. God, I want this till the day of reckoning come. And when some of them, their lifestyle have been exposed, you feel guilty in your own corners because you didn't know all that you were admiring was nothing but evil. All that you were admiring was nothing but what? Somebody subjecting other people to pain and agony just to make it in life. That is the kind of admiration a lot of you have for President Mahama. What is so fantasizing about President Mahama? That I have a father who people will work and he will not pay them. That I have a father who will come and people will have to use bucket and cover their faces just to express their freedom of speech. That I have a father who will come to power. And then one single promise, he can't fulfill it for the people. That I have a father who is more like a scammer, who just manipulate vulnerable population, assume power and do what he like. There are better fathers figures and better presidential figures I can wish for. So please, if some of you were raised by fathers who deem other people, who suppress other people to make your life better, and because of that, you admire leaders like President Mahama, that is your business. But stop coming to our comment section and making it look like Mahama is somebody that everybody will wish for. There are better off leaders and presidential figures that I will wish for than President Mahama. And he will be the last president that I will wish to have in my family. So please, send your trauma away We don't admire anything here. We admire relevance. We admire impact. We admire productivity. We admire good leadership that bring impact. We admire directional leadership. And not just a tall man who walk about manipulating vulnerable population and does not know what it is to even build a legacy. So please, send your psychotic, in fact, traumatized self away out of our comment section. Mahama I have a lot of presidential figures I can admire and wish them that they belong to my family. And he is not even.
Cook me no ya dream. Say kwafo obre. Enti omusika no ese Ghana bo ho ban yi. Ni ti omuka no muso nitimi ye nyoma tete no omutimi ye. E bin see that in 18 years of cocoa business. Say aban bi aba ati cocoa sika so. Enti saka we nyina ye be hu ye no. E na kufu ado aban ye se da bi. Papa na wudi mutintiman. Ye do wo court. The ma charges mako 27.
Now within 8 years, no month me and one day assembly.
And yet Ghana bank court no, and independent. Enti emrano ekoso. And you say court a whole monsa say omu ni asem no. And ye Mahama bank and the buy and will be trust assem.
Say bisho na mo should need enough evidence that to me a moment.
And ka court be true case na way. Abena so kasa and ka court be true assem na way. Enti so obi Ghana banya jedia ma Ghana Attorney General and new MPP in NDC.